Good morning, everybody. It's Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. I'm on the search for a Jinxie. When I first got over here, I saw him in his lockout, drinking water. Here he is. Just flat catting back here. Hi, sir. Hi, handsome boy. There you are. What a good boy. See if I can get a better angle here. The curved walls make it tough sometimes. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Today is small cat moving day because Cricket Serval's been in funcation for 2 weeks. So they're gonna take her home sometime after breakfast, and then we're gonna try Alethea Serval to go on funcation. I don't believe she's been out there before. The last time we tried, unfortunately, she had already eaten breakfast, so she was not food motivated at all. So we are gonna try that this morning. I don't know who the backup plan is, but I believe the funcation camera is working now, so you guys can watch for a new Serval to be on funcation later today. And those cameras are at bigcatcams.com. And I think it's the first one on the list now, funcation. But this is Jinx, old Jinxie. He just finished breakfast, so he is taking a bath. Thank you so much, Lara, for the donation. Good morning, Jen. Hey, Deb. Hi, Janet. Hey, Jerry. Good morning, Cassie. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Bree. Good morning, Sonia. Hey, Karen. Good morning, everybody. So just hanging with Jinx. Trying not to fall over. Thank you to everybody who shares these live feeds. It's so nice because so many of you share these, and then that reaches new people. Those people become sponsors and donors, and these cats really need that, so thank you guys. Jinx, you have 1,000 people watching you clean your feet. Yeah, you do. So Jinx is a black leopard. Everyone's misconception is they call these cats black panthers, but technically panthers aren't black. Panthers are like mountain lions, cougars, pumas. They're more of that reddish tan color. So when you see a black cat like this, they're either leopards or jaguars, and they have a trait called melanism that creates that. They can be born in the same litter as golden leopards. So it's like having a blonde daughter and then having a brunette daughter. It's all about the genes. Thank you, Sharon, for the donation. I'm sorry I missed the second person that donated, but I really appreciate that, you guys. We are a nonprofit. Big Cat Rescue is located in Tampa, Florida. We have about 50 permanent residents. Thank you, Rita. And we're on 67 acres here. And 100% of your donations goes to the care of the cats, because all of our cat care is done by volunteers and interns. You gonna play with your ball today? Hey Chris, hi Noor. Hey Dawn, good morning. I don't know where he's going, but I'm gonna follow. His platform. So Jinx is actually 21 years old. So handsome. Daniel, the Serval that lives here at Big Cat Rescue that has 3 legs, his name is Des. Des was found on the side of the road in Arizona, kind of on the brink of death. And when they found him, he was most likely a pet or part of the pet breeding industry. His leg had already been amputated at some other point, and he had also been neutered, so he was owned by somebody and then abandoned. When he arrived, though, because he had just had an overall vet exam and was nursed back to health, he was doing really well, and so for many years we never had to sedate him or do a physical exam on him. And so we were under the impression it was a female, because from just looking, that's that's how it appeared. So he had been named Desiree, and just a couple of years ago now, we finally did have to sedate him for an exam and discovered he was a boy that had been fully neutered. So we just shortened his name to Des, or I call him Desi. Yeah, I'm sorry if some of you are struggling with comments or not being able to share. We definitely noticed yesterday there was a really weird issue with Facebook, and I don't know why, but good morning, Lisa. Hey, Armando. Thank you, Deborah, for that donation. Hey, Courtney. We pretty much just got started. I've been just hanging out with my boy, Jinx. Matt Farrow's doing well. Farrow's a white serval that lives here. That's not natural for servals. He has the opposite trait of what Jinx has here. Jinx has melanism, whereas Farrow has a trait called leucism, and that's not naturally occurring in the wild the way Jinx is. And he's got a white coat instead of the standard black and tan, and that's caused from inbreeding. So not natural and not great, but he is doing well. Farrow's also 21. Jinx here is 21. But he's doing well for a very old man with a lot of arthritis. Both cats I'm talking about, Farrow are white serval and Jinx here are black leopard, had both been declawed in the past, and so they have some arthritis. Yeah. Farrow has some mobility issues because he's getting very, very old, but he's hanging in there, doing well. Still always excited to eat. All right, well, we have a leopard bath that we've watched so far. I was gonna walk over and see if the man was home and wanted to hang out for a minute. Thank you, Penny, for the donation. Oh, I hate to see so many people complaining in the comments. I'm sorry you guys aren't having a good experience when it comes to whatever the changes of Facebook are. I know my entire screen looks different now when I try to access going live for Big Cat Rescue, so some kind of updates in the works. So again, any of you that are brand new or just now joining in, I'm Brittany. I'm a staff member, but also a senior keeper here at Big Cat Rescue, and I do these lives all the time. You can find hours and hours of me walking around the sanctuary on our secondary YouTube channel, which is dailybigcat.com. I see him back there. Close this gate behind me. But does he want to hang out? I don't know. Slinking around. So this is Manny. Manny's a jaguar, so you just saw our black leopard. Now you're gonna see a jaguar on the prowl. Where are you going? Can we hang? Can we hang with you? Hi. Where are you trying to go? If you're new to us and you've never really seen how our enclosures work, you can see that we have a bunch of different sections for all of the cats, and they can access them by going in and out of doorways and tunnels. If we ever need to shift them around, we can close them in certain sections. That way we can go in and clean. We never go in with our cats. That would be incredibly stupid and dangerous for them and us. So, you know, if a captive cat attacks somebody, they usually have to pay for it with their life. So we don't ever put them at risk like that. So we keep our distance and we respect them as the wild animals they are, especially this guy. But he's given you a good example that he can just walk wherever he wants to go. And I have a whole series of videos that we've been putting on dailybigcat.com that we're calling home tours, because I'm walking every single enclosure here at Big Cat Rescue, showing you all the space that they actually have, because it is really hard for you to tell how much space they have by just one photo or one shot in a video. So Pam, Manny is relatively young in our standards. Oh, marking his territory, thanks for that. But actually, no, I mean, in the zoo world or the captive world or the cats in the wild, I think he's 12 now. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, 12 or maybe 13. He was 10 when he arrived, but he's been here a couple of years now. Was that grass in your way? Goodness. You gonna hang out with us? Don't go in your den, please. I want you to hang. You're just so gorgeous. He loves this, this den right here is a underground den, and he spends a lot of time in there now. Serval's doing well. She's in the recovery hospital, being monitored. She had been taken in a couple of days ago. She has a really bad, like, seasonal allergy, or it's potentially an allergy to, like, mosquitoes, which here would also be really seasonal because during our rainy season it's really bad. And her poor little nose gets really, really raw. And Monday night I do our PM meds shift, and I just noticed it looked really, really red. And then she developed kind of like a blood bubble, like right on the tip of her nose. Don't go in there, come say hi. I know, you're always looking for a way. You're always looking for a way. And so she is just inside seeing if it'll clear up, because she wouldn't obviously be around mosquitoes in there. But she's doing well, eating as well as a wild cat can be when they're unfortunately inside. So again, this is Manny Jaguar. You can learn all about him at bigcatrescue.org/Manny, M-A-N-N-Y. And all of our cats have bio pages. bigcatrescue.org/cat bio. I do want to encourage all of you to never argue with each other in the comments. Please be nice to each other, and if there's people that you just can't explain things to, or they're just here to cause trouble, please ignore them. I hate to see our comments be so like down and negative. Hey Laura, good morning. So I know they're going to be moving Alethea and Cricket, but I don't know if I'll be doing a live for that. But like I said, you can look for that to take place on the Funcation camera. Afton's heading over to meet Mouser for breakfast. I saw you pick up the steps. I saw you. I know your stuff. So sneaky. The sneakiest. All right, so he's gonna try to make sure I have to walk close to him, right? You're so goofy. Why don't you show everybody your belly, because that's hilarious and super frightening. Yeah. Very frightening. He has started this thing where when I'm cleaning him, usually I have to have like my cleaning bucket and my pole that we use really long metal poles that have like a hook on the end, because again, we never go in these enclosures with the cats. So if we see something like their poop or like old enrichment or something, we have to pull it out, we use those poles. And so when I have that kind of equipment on me, for some reason he like rolls over and shows me his belly, and then I think he must think like, oh, that's a distraction to her, and then he just immediately jumps up and like attacks the side of the cage. So it's quite frightening. You have like a split second to enjoy how adorable it looks before you know he's just jumping at the side. Quite scary. So we've already seen Jinx and Manny. Those are actually the only two cats we've seen so far this morning. Exactly. I think he's totally like, oh, maybe she'll reach in here and touch my belly like a total idiot. And of course I wouldn't do that. But he must think that that's what it's about. So Afton comes out on her days here and feeds Mouser, but we don't want to be a distraction. We'll keep going because he is so just all over the place when it comes to his attention span. And so getting him to eat is like a really long process. So she's taken it on for the days that she's here, and then Erin does it, or certain coordinators that have the time and patience to just sit there with him. We'll feed him as well, so we will literally do anything we have to do to make sure these cats are happy. All right, so since we were talking about Des earlier, let's go back here and see if we can find Des or Nala. There's a Nala right there. Or maybe Max and MaryAnn. Hi, Nala. Can we say hi to you real quick? Thank you to everybody helping me out in the comments. Hi, what are you doing in there? I won't get any closer. So she's in her feeding lockout. Even though she's already had breakfast, I think she's got some hopeful thinking. Her operant conditioning trainer's here today though, so I'm sure you'll get treats. I guarantee you'll get treats. So a feeding lockout is this little box off of the side of each cage. They all have multiple of them. This is where they come in for fresh water. You can see she can walk right out the back door. That door is there in case we ever need to catch her, so we can call her into this small space here, close that door, and then get her into a transport cage. And those lockouts, man, that really wrecked our reputation because of Tiger King being so purposely filled with drama, because that's just a feeding lockout, and now the whole world went and decided that that looks like it's all the space we give our cats, which is so not true. She's playing with her own tail. Nala, it's just your own tail. So that's another reason why I started doing our home tours that you can find at dailybigcat.com, because that's just not true. They have a ton of space. It's literally her own tail. You're playing with your own tail. That is so silly. That is so silly. So Nala's an African Serval. Most all of our African Servals are here because people thought they would make good pets, or they had been used to create hybrids for the exotic pet industry. We have a ton of Servals because of that, which is really sad. We definitely don't promote any of these cats as being pets. They should be born wild and free, not in cages and houses and basements and backyards. Look at those ears. Servals are so cool. They have giant ears, which help them hear rodents and prey underground. They have really long legs, really fluffy tails. They have spots and stripes, which is really unique. They can catch birds out of the sky. Really, really cool. And you notice when I walked up to her, which I'm sure if we find Des, we're gonna get the same greeting. These cats are super fierce, so even though they're small, people think, oh, they'd be manageable, but I mean, they will attack children and adults and dogs, and I mean, they're fierce because they are native to Africa, so they have to survive alongside some of the biggest predators. Hi. Hi, Desi. This is Des. Des is giving me an earful. Whoa, I hear you. So handsome. Des is the three-legged serval that I was telling you guys about earlier. Whoa. What's the matter? So he was the one that was found on the side of the road in Arizona. Again, probably a pet or was being used as a breeder. Oh. Must have suffered some sort of injury at some point and they had to amputate his leg. But all that happened before he came here. You're so handsome. Whoa, I know. Whoa. He has a really silly breakfast habit. I've always said that he sounds like Cookie Monster eating cookies when he eats breakfast. Oh. Oh. Got a lot to say today, sir. Oh. He has some matted fur on his sides and around the base of his tail because, again, of arthritis and only having 3 legs. It's hard for him to maneuver around. He's on a daily pain management system, so he does get AM and PM meds and snacks. Oh. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Oh. Melissa, I don't know if Des has ever gone on Funcation, and probably the reason why not would be the big platforms. That's the same reason Hutch will never go back on Funcation. Tut doesn't go out there. Any of the cats that have some form of, you know, a major injury, and could be at like risk for falling, or we don't want them jumping, then they wouldn't go to Funcation. That, or if it's just too stressful, there's a very good chance that Des will not load up in a transport cage. So that's probably another reason why he won't. I know, but he has a huge enclosure. This enclosure actually used to house Nikita Lion when she was much younger, when she first arrived. And a fun fact about his enclosure, it's the only one for the small cats that has an open air section. So no roof. But again, he's three-legged, not climbing. Not climbing. He does have a roof section though, so same as the big cats that have open air and roof sections. You can shift him over in case the winds get really high or we're expecting any kind of major storm. That way nothing could fall in and hurt him or create a ramp and escape out. You're so handsome. Isn't he so cute? He's definitely one of our biggest Servals when you see him fully standing, and he's very fierce too. He walks fairly well for only having 3 legs. He's missing, obviously, the back leg, and, you know, he's been used to it for many, many years. But, you know, it's not as smooth as watching one walk with all 4s, that's for sure. And we keep the arthritis medication going so that he's a little more relaxed. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, I stayed and talked too much. So it's a bit of a hobble. He's trying to growl at me while he walks. So there he goes. He gets around. He actually gets around really well when he's food motivated. You can see he just made his way over a tree log. He will beat you to lockout, or he'll beat you to the side of the cage when you're coming to give him his meds. So he still moves pretty quick, all things considered. Well, we have a Max and a MaryAnn that are on their platform over here. It's probably where we're going to end for today. Hi, kiddos. So Max Bobcat and MaryAnn Bobcat. Hi, MaryAnn. MaryAnn's up top. Probably not going to get a very good view of her. But we have a sleepy Max. This is a full belly Bobcat. So peaceful. Well, I definitely want to thank the 10 of you that donated today, everybody who was able to share, everyone who was able to comment. I know there's still some kind of weird issues going on in the comments. Really appreciate you guys when you like each other's comments or you respond and reply to each other. We really like this little community we've built of all of our Big Cat Rescue Live supporters, so really appreciate that. Oh, Maxie, hi. So cute. And thanks to everybody who joined us yesterday and was trying to send, you know, healing vibes to us for Allie. We went on a Bobcat call yesterday, Jamie, Victor, and myself, and a man had witnessed Allie coming across, like, near a highway, dragging her back end into like a little swampy area. There was an alligator that had locked in on her and was following her around, and he stayed there and watched her until we could arrive. It was about an hour away from here. Got there, got her netted, got her into a crate, brought her straight back. Dr. Justin met us here. We did a full, you know, visual exam and took x-rays, and it was very instantly obvious that we just needed to ease her pain and help her out of this world. So we did that yesterday, but you guys were really supportive in all your donations and just all of your well wishes. So Thank you guys so much for supporting our Bobcat rehab program. We do rehab and release native Florida Bobcats. You know, one of the biggest questions we get is why can't these cats just be set free? And there's no possible way for you to breed cats in captivity, feed them, get them habituated to people, and then set them free, especially when they're not even native to the US. So with that being said, you know, we really are very proud of our Bobcat rehab program. And it's a lot of heartbreak, it's a lot of pain, but it's also one of the most rewarding things that I've ever been a part of. So thank you guys, everybody who supports that. And lastly, I do have a eBay auction starting tomorrow. So it'll be 7 a.m. Let's see, Pacific time and 10 a.m. Eastern time on our eBay account. It will be Flint. So Flint Bobcat, when he gave blood for the blood transfusion for baby Grace, another native Bobcat that we found orphaned and tried to save. During that procedure, Jamie did some paw prints, and I took one of those aside for an eBay auction. So it'll be the paw prints from that procedure, it'll be a photograph that Jamie took and matted, and then it will be his green name sign with Flint and his, I believe it's his birth date that's on there. It's either that or the rescue date, I'll have to check again, but you can watch our Facebook for the links. We'll be posting those. An email went out this morning to anyone who's ever signed up to receive our auction emails, and you can do that at bigcatrescue.org/auction. We've had some really amazing ones. I was actually really shocked that Nikita's didn't go for more. I think hers, other than Malachite's, hers went for the least, and I was shocked, but it could have been because it was over Labor Day weekend maybe. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. We've had a really fun time coming up with ideas for that, and I've got some other items other than paw prints that will be rolling out here soon. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Keep your eye on the Funcation camera because you'll see Cricket head home, and then Alethea Serval, hopefully, fingers crossed that she'll load up. She'll be out there for the next 2 weeks. Kimba Tiger's gonna stay for the next 2 weeks. He'll get a full month. So we really, really appreciate you guys. And if I'm around and if they let me know when they're moving cats, I may do another live, but I just wanted to give you guys the heads up in case I don't. So hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Sunday for Singing Sunday with Lisa at 2, and then we will be doing a feeding tour at 9 a.m. this Sunday with Catherine. So I will see you guys then. Have a great day.